Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Shireen. Yes, guys, this is your girl Shireen. Nice to have you again, guys. So, as you can see the title, today is day 16 of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial. I just want to say, guys, that I was a little bit happy today to see that um, Johnny Depp team really step up. I thought they were very organized today and they had especially Camille, she was on it. She was very tight when she asked the questions, right? Because when you're in a situation when you're cross-examining, one of the things that you need to do is to keep the conversation quite tight and maybe get the person on the stand to answer yes or no. And she was trying to get Amber to answer to a lot of questions with a yes or a no. And I thought that Amber was quite facetious. She was dancing around some of the question. She was inconsistent, you know. She was very inconsistent and her testimony was very contradicting, right? So a lot of it was she didn't give any good explanation. There are so many inconsistency in our testimony. It was horrible. I thought, right? That was my takeaway from today, right? And one at a time when it just started, I thought Amber was in control. Yes, guys, I felt like she was trying to control Camille, right? And then Camille somehow take back control when she says, with all respect, she said something to that effect to Amber and said, please to answer the question. You will have your time, your your lawyer will do the cross-examining. Yeah. And she was, and a lot of video was played in court today, which was quite, I find quite interesting. I have a lot of video here. I have a lot of stuff to talk about. My question is, I have lots of questions, guys. Lots of questions. I thought Amber was, I mean, Amber hold herself well. I can tell you that much. Even though she was inconsistent and she's trying to win this court case, is she trying to win this trial? She was quite facetious. She was not budging. Her words were very on point. I should say that Amber words were on point. I mean, there was an instance where she were talking about donation, and her words were on point, and Camille tried to get her to say that she haven't donated that $7 million, and she was like, she wouldn't budge, right? So there was, you know, there was a lot of stuff come out of today's. Now I want to share a video with you. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and share a video with well share videos, right? I'm gonna share the video. Yes, guys, I'm gonna share the video here. And I'm gonna stop and stop and then go through it because some of it is like blank space in between, but I'm going to share some of it and give you my understanding from it and try to I mean, she did well this time. Honestly, they did. They step it up a notch, right? And I felt like Amber team tried to listen to all whatever was said. So I think they've been watching the internet because, for example, in the beginning, you know what, before I start sharing here, I'm just going to give you just small clips that I have prepared. Right? Let me stop share here and then give you small clips, guys. Just bear with me. Small clips of just small clips of Amber. Let's see, day 16. Okay, so the first one I'm gonna share with you guys was the makeup exclamation. I want to share that what she gave as, so she came back with a good explanation actually about the makeup, right? So I am going to share it. So I am sharing. Okay, so here it is. I'm gonna share.
Yes, I get up and wash my face like most of us, and I put on right away a moisture. With respect to makeup. Yes, I get up and wash my face like most of us, and I put on right away a moisturizer that has tinted foundation in it. And then I put another foundation on because it has sunblock in it. I have a skin condition that my skin reacts to the sun in a bad way. So I have to wear sunscreen or sunblock.
How can you listen to her?
Anyway, so I put on both of those. I put on concealer, and I do that before I leave my bathroom in the morning. That's obviously if I don't have a bruise.
Now, when you had bruises or cuts of any nature, what would you do about those? Would you try to cover them up? Would you try to just leave them showing? What would you do?
Objection, Your Honor, leading.
Overruled on that.
Thank you. Well, I'm typically photographed in LA when I leave the house, paparazzi type of photograph. So
guys, this video is about 3 minutes long, but let us just get to it here because we don't want to be here all night. First of all, she's given an explanation about her her makeup routine and what she does in the morning. She says she never goes out without makeup. Basically what she's saying, and she's telling you that what she does every day, she's just telling you. And she go about telling you about how to put on the makeup if you have bruises. She give you, it's a tutorial she was giving there, guys. You have to go look up that video. She was actually giving us a tutorial on how to apply makeup if you get if somebody hit you or if you have bruises, basically. So my take is I would like to ask the question, if the same way you can give information about how to apply the makeup on your skin when you have bruises, you must know how to apply makeup to make it look like you have bruises. That was one of my takeaway from this. Right? Yes, that was one of my takeaway from this, because she was very, very particular about her word, her choices, and so on and so forth. She also went ahead and show the video about the Milani makeup. Let us see here. She's gonna hold it up here. Right? This is where she holds it up.
What I'm talking about is a color correction kit. This is not obviously the exact one I used to carry, but I used to carry it with me all the time. Sometimes this pink is sometimes a little bit more purple of a hue, and sometimes the kits are 3 colors. You can get them in 3 or 4 colors. Sometimes they have even more. But the idea is that you want to counteract whatever color you're working with on the bruise. So the first day of bruising, the immediate is red. Red is what shows up right away. So you want to go with the opposite on the color wheel by dabbing on a bit of the green or something to counteract thread. After a day or two, you get more purple in a bruise. So you'd obviously have to go with more of the red tones, the orange tones here. Day 2 for me was always the trickiest because day 2 just, I feel like, well, day 1 and day 2 are harder for me because that's when you get the most blues and purples and you have to deal with the sensitivity. Bruises don't like to be touched. That's the whole point. So that's the trickiest part. But after a few days, that becomes more of that blue becomes more of a brown, yellowish browns, like 5-7 days in becomes more of a yellow green, and then fades into a brown and then into your skin.
So, guys, there you have it. I think that Amber did do her research and they did cover up because they know that the Milani was out there saying that the makeup did not exist. So she brought it on. And then she says, oh, well, I didn't say this makeup, but we were referring it to the makeup, right? They were referring to any makeup. They're not saying that particular makeup. So I thought that they covered themselves quite well there. Yes, it can be thrown out of court because it's not, she can retract it because she did retract a date too. She said 20, she mixed up a date and she said she made a mistake. So she came back and said she made a mistake. So there was a lot of inconsistency in her testimony. Okay, let us go ahead now and listen to the rest of some of her testimony here. Okay, let us do this one, which she's talking about. The lawyer asked her, she hasn't looked at Johnny Depp or Johnny Depp had looked at her, and she's saying no because, right?
I don't recall if he said that. One of the last times you ever saw Mr. Depp was when you met him in San Francisco in July of 2016, right?
That was the second to last time I saw him, yes.
And this was after you had publicly accused him of domestic violence.
I got my restraining order before that, yes. Mm-hmm.
And this is after you had obtained the domestic violence restraining order against him.
That's correct.
Let's please play Plaintiff's Exhibit 1229. For the record, it's at 1101 through 1209. I'm going to ask that it be admitted into evidence.
Any objection to 1229?
Yes.
All right, 1229, you want to enter it in its entirety?
Yes, please.
Okay, 1229 entered in its entirety. Go ahead and play your section.
Fucking glasses, huh? You know, right fucking look at it, not my fucking eyes. You will not see my eyes again.
That's you and Mr. Depp in that recording.
That is.
And this is from when you and Mr. Depp met in San Francisco in July of 2016, right?
Yes, that's what it sounds like. That was in the hotel. We met once after that as well.
This is after you publicly accused him of domestic abuse.
Yes, and got my TRO.
And he tells you, you will not see my eyes again, doesn't he?
Yes, he does in that recording.
And he kept that promise, hasn't he?
As far as I know, he cannot look at me.
He won't look at you, right, Ms. Heard?
He can't.
You hear what you said, guys?
One of the first questions your counsel asked you on direct is, why are you here? Do you remember that?
I do.
Let's please play Plaintiff's Exhibit 357A, which is already in evidence, Your Honor. And for the record, it's 2122 through 2140.
Right, and see what the jury and judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence, and yes. I know it's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
That's your voice on that recording, right?
Yes, it is.
And you were speaking with Mr. Depp?
Yes.
And you said to Mr. Depp, quote, you can please tell people that it was a fair fight and see what the jury and the judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp, a man, a victim too of domestic violence, end quote. That's what you said, right?
I was saying it to the man who beat me up, yes. I thought it was preposterous.
Yeah, of course.
And the man you beat up numerous times.
That was
Right, Mr.
I
awesome.
could never hurt Johnny.
You're here in this courtroom because Mr. Depp finally told the world that he's a victim
Exactly.
of domestic violence.
True. Your own word
I
says
know
it.
that he is suing me, and has sued other people or corporations that have said that as well.
You
Oh
didn't
my
think he would tell the
goodness.
world he was a victim of domestic violence,
Yeah.
did you?
I found it hard to believe that he could or that he would do that, considering the relationship he and I had. I thought it would be crazy for him to do so, knowing what I know we lived through.
Or, as you said to him in that recording, who was going to believe that Johnny Depp, a man, is a victim of domestic violence, right?
With all due respect, I wasn't saying it because he's a man. I was saying it because he's a man who beat me up for 5 years.
Mr. Depp is your victim, isn't he?
No, ma'am.
And once he left you, you continued to abuse him publicly by calling him an abuser, didn't you?
He is an abuser, and you can look either of us up online and figure out who's being abused online.
Let's look at some of that. Mr. Depp wears rings on every finger, doesn't he, Miss Heard?
Guys, I should tell you this. I'm not gonna lie. Amber know how to handle herself, right? Amber know how to handle herself quite well. She is facetious. She is vicious. She's very, the way in which how she handle herself on the stand. She choose her words, even though because her case is not such of a strong case, because she didn't provide any photos, anything. This is a video recording showing us what she said to Johnny when Johnny said, you know what? I want the world to know. And she said that, yes, Johnny, you think anybody is going to believe you? Nobody's going to believe you. Oh, you're a man. You're going to say what? You've been in abuse? So why would she say that? It must be true.
That's my experience, yes.
And they're not delicate rings, are they?
No, they are not.
Yes, guys, this is the part about when the lawyer asked her about Johnny rings that he consistently wears on his finger. And if you notice here, she's going to be leading into, I'm not going to play all of it, she's going to be leading into the fact that Amber accused Johnny of hitting her multiple times with the ring on her finger. So the lawyer, Camille, is trying to ask her, okay, show me the evidence. Show me the evidence that Johnny Depp hit you with those big rings on your finger that causes bruises. Because if Johnny Depp thumped her or hit her or smacked her several times with those big rings on his finger, it would have showed on her face. And that's not the case. She don't have visible marks, right? She have some redness. That's what she claimed she had, right? That's what she's coming out with. And so this is where she's saying, okay, let us look at all these pictures online to see all those marks that you should have had the day after the incident. You claim that Johnny beat you or Johnny hit you several times, multiple times that you said you can't count.
Every one of his fingers is adorned, your words, big, chunky rings. Isn't that right?
That's my experience of him.
And Mr. Depp is always wearing rings, right, Ms. Heard?
That's my experience of him.
So they get that point across, guys. I'm going to rewind it.
What are you asking me? I'm sorry.
He was wearing rings on that occasion?
I pretty much always knew him to wear rings.
Okay, let's please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 1708. Despite hitting you several times that you lost count with rings on on his fingers.
That's correct. I did not seek medical attention, other than my therapist.
You testified to another incident in March of 2000.
So, guys, that was the part where she said that Johnny Depp hit her multiple times in her face, but she only produced a photograph of a bruise on her arm. So the lawyer is trying to say, okay, where are those marks? You should have marks on your face because that's where you said he hit you, and then yet you produce a mark on your arm, right? So she's not consistent in our story, and that is what the lawyer is trying to point out there.
Multiple times in the face, and you appear to have what is a bruise on your arm, correct?
I believe this is the only picture that's in evidence right now.
That's the only picture you've shown to this jury from March 2013, correct?
I believe so.
Okay.
You testified about an incident in Russia on or about June 26, 2013. Do you remember that?
Yes, that's correct.
You testified that Mr. Depp, quote, whacked you in the face.
Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
And you went to the bathroom after that, right?
I did.
And then, according to your testimony, when you came out of the bathroom, Jerry Judge, Mr. Depp's security guard, who's
That
passed
guy
away,
did.
pointed out that your nose was bleeding, right?
He did that in the hallway.
And you said you hadn't known that your nose was bleeding until Jerry Judge pointed it out to you?
Yes, that's correct. I was unaware until he brought it up to me. I didn't see it when I was in the bathroom, but I wasn't looking.
So it's your testimony that you went into the bathroom and didn't look in the mirror, which I assume was in the bathroom, to notice that your nose is bleeding?
So, guys, you see our semantics. So she always have these odd stories. These odd story. You go into the bathroom. You must use the bathroom. She said she was just using the washroom. She didn't even know that her nose was bleeding, even though she just came out to the bathroom until the guy pointed out. So she have all of these things that is unbelievable story, and she has nothing to back her up. I mean, she take all these picture of Johnny passed out on and on and on and on his island, sleeping, ice cream, all these things, but yet she doesn't have sufficient pictures to prove or to use as evidence. And so I'm saying, why she don't get her story straight? I mean, even though you want to believe her, but you just can't believe her because it's just so inconsistent and her story is just not running true.
Correct?
It was a dinner function, I believe, in promotion of the movie. Wasn't the premiere, if I recall.
You don't have any visible injuries to your face, do you?
None that you can see.
Let's look at Plaintiff's Exhibit 1249. This is a picture of you, isn't it right?
That's correct.
I'm going to move to admit Exhibit 1249.
All right, 1249 in evidence.
This is also a picture from when you were in Russia for the Lone Ranger premiere, right?
That is correct.
And you have no visible injuries to your face, do you?
None that you can see.
Even though Mr. Depp whacked you in the face so hard that your nose bled?
He did.
While wearing chunky big rings, right?
Okay, guys, you get the picture there. You whack her in her face.
This is another picture from that evening, right, Ms. Heard?
Yes, it is.
Permission to admit Exhibit 1253 and publish it.
All right, so moved. 1253 in evidence.
Not a picture again, guys.
This is a picture of you and Mr. Depp at the event the night after Mr. Depp allegedly whacked you in the face so hard you thought he had broken your nose.
Exactly. Her nose was
He did
supposed
whack
to
me
be
in the
broken
face.
here, guys. The court went on
Jury that
break.
you wore a backless dress to the Mordecai premiere that very same night.
Okay, guys, I go back this. Listen to this one.
Heard you testified that in January of 2015, there was an incident in Tokyo before Mr. Depp's Mordecai, the film Mordecai's premiere. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you told this jury that on this occasion, Mr. Depp was kneeling on your back.
That's correct. In the closet.
And you also told this jury that you wore a backless dress to the Mordecai premiere that very same night.
I did.
And you testified that you were checking for bruises in the car on the way to the event to make sure that there were, quote, no visible marks, right?
I was checking on my phone after the event to make sure that you couldn't see anything.
Your testimony was that you were checking in the car on the way to the event to make sure that there were no marks on your back.
Perhaps I misspoke or misunderstood. It was on the way back from it was after I was concerned. After, concerned that there would be marks in any photographs since we were being photographed at Johnny's press event.
And you didn't show this jury a picture of you in that backless dress, though, did you?
I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry.
You didn't show this jury a picture of you at the Mordecai premiere wearing a backless dress, did you?
I haven't had the opportunity to.
Okay.
I assume you haven't.
I do. Let's please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1256.
Got her there, guys. Got her there. If somebody kneel in your back, she's light skinned. Must
This
be
is a
some
picture
mark
of
here.
you and Mr. Depp, or the back of you, at the Mordecai premiere in Tokyo, correct, Ms. Heard?
That is correct.
Your Honor, I move to admit and publish this picture.
All right, 1256 in evidence.
No marks. She have her tattoo though. Yes,
This
guys.
is you in the backless dress at the Mordecai premiere in Tokyo, right?
That is correct.
You would agree that there are no bruises or visible marks on your back in this picture.
No, not that I could see.
Okay. Let us rest our case there. Okay. Let us move on,
Sir,
guys.
do you recall giving testimony on day 16th in this trial?
Oh, let me see which one is this now.
That you were also raped with a liquor bottle.
Oh yes, guys. This is awful. I was horrified about what she said here about being
Correct.
You testified that after this alleged incident, you had cuts on your forearms, right?
Yes, that's true.
And you testified that you had cuts on the bottoms of your feet as well.
Yes, that's true.
And you testified that you had a bruise across your jaw from when Mr. Depp, quote, clocked you in the face.
That's true.
Where are
You
those
didn't
marks?
take any
Where
pictures
are
of
those
these injuries while you were in Australia, did you?
pictures? Evidence, Amber,
don't-
evidence.
No, I don't think I took any pictures.
Why
You just took
not?
2 pictures of Mr. Depp's writing on a mirror.
But
Isn't
you
that
take
right?
2 pictures
I believe so,
exactly.
yes.
Mhm.
So you had your phone on you, right?
At some point, I did have my phone.
And your iPad?
I had my iPad, I believe.
You testified that you were also raped with a liquor bottle in Australia, right, Ms. Heard?
Yes.
You testified you bled from your vagina as a result of that sexual assault.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
There aren't any medical records reflecting that you sought medical treatment for any of these injuries, are there?
I did not seek medical treatment after Australia, no.
Something as
Not for
gross
the
as
rape?
that, trust me, and something as
No,
devastated
I
as
did
that,
not
you
want to tell
would.
anyone.
And
Not for the
guys,
cuts?
let me put this on hold
No.
here.
No.
She said that she has no recollection of the incident. All she remember is that he pushed her on her side, on her chest, put her on her chest on the table, and then he shoved a bottle, right? And guys, if somebody do that to you, trust me, you're not going to talk to them ever again. There is no way, there's no going back from that. There's no, that is past the limit. Past the limit. She don't have nothing. She go to the doctor, nothing. Why would she not report a case, something like this? I mean, a person get angry and hit you, but a person use a liquor bottle to sexually assault you, and you don't tell anybody or go. No, that don't seems right. That no, and you know what? That doesn't fit with Amber personality, because look at how abrasive she is on the stage. She a tech charge. She basically a tech charge.
Not for the injuries to your face.
I didn't need to.
You also told the jury about an incident on December 15th 2015, right?
Where? I'm sorry.
December 15th, 2015.
Yes, that's correct.
You told this jury that after this incident, you had a broken nose.
It certainly felt like it.
Oh, all of a sudden it felt like it now, right? You're
Sir, do
retracting.
you recall giving testimony on day 16th in this trial? You were
Yes, I
under
do.
oath, right?
Yes.
Camille is organized today. Yep. She stepped it up. They had time, guys. They had time to do their research. I mean, she could have been a little more tighter with her questions
Okay.
and zip it up
All right.
quickly, because
We'll get it.
what you want to do, you want to zip this in it, but get some answer quick and sharp and have her right there and leave the jury, because you don't want to take too long. Honestly. Let us move this point.
All over the pillows. My head was bleeding from the ripped out hair, chunks of hair on the floor, all over the place, actually. So lines 9, that I had a broken nose. Do you recall giving that testimony, Ms. Heard?
Yes, exactly.
So you had a broken nose, right?
That's absolutely what I thought.
And you told this jury that you had 2 black eyes after this incident, right?
I did have 2 black eyes after that incident.
And you testified that you also had a busted lip from when Mr. Depp punched you.
That is correct. From December, yes, that's correct.
You testified that the lip wound kept reopening when you moved your mouth.
That's correct.
You also testified that you had bruising on your temple
That's correct.
and bruising on your chin.
Correct.
You also testified that your head was bleeding from where Mr. Depp ripped chunks of your hair out,
I remember, yes.
and that you had, quote, gross, pussy, and, quote, bruising around your temple.
In my scalp, yeah.
Now, for this incident, you did take pictures,
That's correct.
and we will look at some of those in a minute, but I first want to talk to you about your appearance on the James Corden show.
Wow.
Sure. Can I close this?
Sure. You appeared on the James Corden show the day after this alleged incident.
I grew up, in Texas.
So guys,
riding
this is the
horses
day
and,
after.
Oh, really?
Not
Not a big ballet community out there in Texas.
No, not so much. Shooting guns, yes, but ballet, no. So I wanted to train for it, and there were some ballet sequences that we wanted to have the option to incorporate into the movie. So I trained forever, and I have 2 left feet. I'm the most klutzy person in the world, and I have no grace. Clip, like this beautiful 1920s, stage makeup on and like flower crowns and all this stuff. And then
15, right, Ms. Heard?
You know what? I felt like Amber was so proud of herself when she saw that clip. She is almost like she have a smirk on her face and says, look at me, look at me. Now, this was the day after the incident. She doesn't look bruised to me. Her lips doesn't look like she's in pain. Nothing on her seems to be bruised. So, and let us move on, guys, because we're not going to be here all night.
They look like freeze frames.
So these are photographs, guys, that they took
8.
of her mouth opened. Let me show this to you.
These are pictures of you on the James Corden show on December 16th, 2015, right, Ms. Heard?
They look like freeze frames, like screen grabs. Stills. They're not like it's not like a photo shoot. It doesn't seem.
But on the James Corden show, correct?
From that appearance, yes.
Move to admit and publish Plaintiff's Exhibit 98.
Any objection? All right. And Ms. Britton, you could move the microphone and turn it on for you, so Judy and I are having trouble hearing you.
Sorry about that.
So guys, that is the photograph from the day after. I don't see any bruises on her, nor do I see any, her lip doesn't look busted. But I mean, she have on red lipstick, so we have to give her the benefit of the doubt here. But I don't see any, especially in in this photograph where she have her mouth all open up wide. I don't see anything on there. But she did have pictures the day before that she claimed, but she could have photoshopped those pictures. Let us move on.
516, which is already in evidence. You testified that this is a picture of you after the incident on December 15th, 2015, right?
It was.
And if we could also please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 517, which is also in evidence.
Hey. Shh. Guys, she have her busted lip there.
That's fine.
And that's
Thank you,
the
Your
day after she
This
went.
is also a picture of you after the incident on December 15th, 2015.
That's correct.
If we could please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 409, which is already in evidence. These pictures ended up in People magazine in June of 2016. Isn't that right, Ms. Heard?
That's correct.
You gave these.
Yes, guys. So these are the pictures that she gave to the magazine after. She said she didn't give it to the magazine guy. She said her lawyer must have, I don't know, somehow our lawyer get the picture to the People magazine. Now she put the picture into the People magazine because she wants sympathy. Now it's a little bit more than that, but we're going to skip over this and then we're going to go to why she did it.
In evidence. This is your medical record for December 17th, 2000.
Okay, let us hear why she did this.
You also have a medical record from after the December 15th, 2015 incident. Don't
Right, she have a medical
hold on,
record.
please, if we could.
She mentioned nothing in the medical record,
The
guys.
signature,
Nothing.
Kipper, down below. This is the entirety of the medical record. Right, Ms. Heard?
Yes, what I meant by partial is I didn't talk about what happened to me. I didn't get into my injuries. I didn't get in.
So she didn't get into her injury. She went to the doctor the next day and she didn't get talked about her injuries.
Objection.
Multiple fractures.
No, I'm going to move to strike. Your
I'll
Honor.
sustain the objection. I'll move it to strike.
Thank you. So again, just to try my question, there's no medical records reflecting that you broke your nose during your relationship with Mr. Depp. Is there, Ms. Heard?
I don't know what made it in evidence, but I do know that I documented that visit and that everything was given to my attorneys.
Ms. Heard, you never went to see any doctor or surgeon to treat a broken nose during your relationship with Mr. Depp. Yes or no?
I never sought treatment for broken nose while I was with Johnny.
Or after you were with Mr. Depp as a result of any injuries you sustained as a result of Mr. Depp.
Afterwards, yes, I did.
And you didn't produce those medical records in this case.
I would object, Your Honor. She did.
I did.
I don't know.
They have not been produced, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
they've not only
All right,
been
if you would
produced.
Good common approach.
Okay, let us hear this. Okay, let us move on a bit.
Medical records reflecting that you required any dental work during your relationship with Mr. Depp, do you?
I don't know. I don't recall.
You don't recall one way or another seeking dental care for any injuries you allegedly sustained?
You asked me about if I had produced records or if I had records. That's a different question.
Did you ever see a dentist or an oral surgeon as a
Yeah.
result of any injuries you
I
sustained?
don't know,
with
she and
Mr.
her
Depp?
semantics. She just
Not-
go on about shit.
About any injury I had from Johnny, no.
And you don't have any medical records reflecting that you required any reconstructive work during your relationship with Mr. Depp, do you?
I never required reconstructive work, so there would be no records.
What you do have, Ms. Heard, are pictures of Mr. Depp sleeping, though, right?
Exactly.
The jury saw a lot of those.
Yes.
Ms. Heard, let's take a look at Defendant's Exhibit 1090, which is already in evidence. You took this photograph, right, Ms. Heard?
That's correct.
And she
You
have
testified
all
that
of
this
those
was taken in
photographs
Tokyo in
stating that
July of
Johnny Depp
2013,
this, Johnny
correct?
Depp that. So we're
Yes.
gonna move on from here, guys. She have all of that, all of these photographs. There's lots
Right,
of
Ms. Heard?
photograph.
That's correct.
Photograph
Ice cream or a lit cigarette.
here.
Picture to one of your friends, didn't you?
She showed it. Guys, she showed a photograph to her friend, even though she said she was trying to protect that Johnny. So the lawyer, he's trying to say, okay, if you're trying to protect Johnny, why did you show the photograph, right? If you want to keep privacy. She didn't do that. She wanted to humiliate him. That's what she wanted.
Thank you.
I need to see it first because I
Okay.
don't know what they redacted.
252.
So guys, we're gonna move on from here. Yeah, those are the
You
photographs
sent
she
it to her
sent to her
on
friend.
August 7th, 2014 at 11:24 p.m., correct?
That is correct.
So you sent Ms. Pennington this picture of Mr. Depp with ice cream spilled on him, right?
That is correct.
And you wrote, quote, "This is what I've been dealing with," end quote. Did I read that right?
You did read that right. That's correct.
And this
Okay.
is you protecting Mr. Depp.
That is me getting support from my best friend.
This is you supporting Mr. Depp.
This is me getting support from my best friend. I also need support.
You weren't afraid the monster would get upset that you took this picture?
This was opiate Johnny. This is a different version of him. This is opiate on the nod.
Yeah.
And this is your breakfast table?
That is correct.
And it's your testimony that Mr. Depp left this breakfast table just the way you took it?
That is correct.
Yes, guys. So she's saying here that Johnny leave the breakfast table like that. Then the lawyer go ahead and ask her about how many cigarette Johnny smokes a day, if Johnny is a heavy smoker. She says yes. When you look in the ashtray, only one cigarette is there. And then if you look, there is 3 lines of cocaine there. And then she says, oh, Johnny, this is what you have to wake up to, basically. But the lawyer is trying to point out here that it is staged, and it looks staged too, right? The table is clean. It looks staged. It looked like something that she staged, because if Johnny leave it like that, I mean, look at there is no ashes in the ashtray, and there's only one unsmoked cigarette in the ashtray, or whatever that is, right? Or weed. So the lawyer is just trying to point out that it is staged.
So this is what the table looked like after Mr. Depp had been doing cocaine?
So we're going to move on from there, guys. Let's talk about that. Then.
And you will recall that the video of Mr. Depp in the kitchen was released online the day before your deposition in August of 2016, don't you?
That's correct.
You're the one who released that video.
Incorrect.
Isn't that true?
That's incorrect. I flew in from another place at the time. I remember learning about it when I landed.
I don't know if you've been following the case, you would know that there was a video out there that Johnny Depp was slamming the his cabinets and his kitchen cabinets. and the video got leaked. So that's what she's saying. She's saying Amber leaked the video the day after the deposition. So therefore, Amber said she's protecting Johnny. So the lawyer is trying to say, no, you're not protecting Johnny because you keep leaking these things. The magazine, now the video. How does these things get into the hand of the paparazzi? How does it get into the hand of them? Right? That's what the question here is.
So it's just a coincidence that the video you took of Mr. Depp was released the day before you were deposed in connection with your divorce from Mr. Depp.
I absolutely had nothing to do with that.
Okay, she says she has nothing to do with it. She's lying. Then move on from there.
Article as redacted.
Objection here.
Here we're gonna go.
Correct. I don't.
So anyways,
To you, right?
Over time, yes.
And Mr. Depp didn't end up paying the rest of the $7 million divorce settlement directly.
okay, guys. So it gets sweet. It get very sweet here because the lawyer want to show that she is inconsistent and she's a liar. So I'm going to not share this video because I have some video here that I want to share. Let me stop share the screen here. And then I have some videos that actually I want to share with you about her, because I think this was quite impressive. For me, it was quite impressive. So first of all, they're asking Amber a question. Let us look at this here. Them asking Amber question. Right, let us share this. They're asking Amber. Right. So let us quickly look at it. It's only a second, I think. This video is quite short.
No, this settlement, $7 million to charity, and I intend to fulfill those obligations.
That's not my question. Please,
What was
try
your
to answer
question?
my question.
So the lawyer is trying to ask her to answer my question. She keep evading the question. She doesn't want to answer the question.
No, this settlement, $7
That's not
million
my
to charity,
question.
and I intend to fulfill those obligations.
That's not my question. Please,
What was
try
your
to answer
question?
my question. Sitting here today, you have not donated the $7 million donated, not pledged, donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity.
I use pledge and donation synonymous with one another. They
But
do
I
the same
don't.
thing.
Ms. Heard, I don't use it synonymously.
That's how donations are paid.
Ms. Heard, respectfully, that's not my question. As of today, you have not paid $3.5 million of your own money to the ACLU. Yes or no?
I have not yet.
And as of today, you have not paid $3.5 million of your own money to the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, correct?
I have not yet. Johnny sued me.
So as of today, you have not paid $7 million of your divorce settlement to charity, right?
I have not been able to fulfill those obligations yet.
So guys, there you have it. There you have it. We're going to look at another video here. Remember, this video is going to show that she went on an interview stating that she had donated the money. Look.
Flying your way when you said all this, and then there was a divorce settlement. You got $7 million. People were saying this is all about the money, but then you did something that twisted that whole argument. What did you do with that money?
$7 million in total was donated to, and I split it between the ACLU and Children's Hospital of Los Angeles.
ACLU is a human rights organization.
Sorry, ACLU is a prominent organization, nonprofit organization in the United States. Yeah. It's called the American Civil Liberties Union, and they work on behalf of marginalized communities on the ground and the legislative reform.
Right.
And
well, more power to you, because that's something that I've never heard of.
I wanted nothing.
Guys, she said she want nothing. Listen to the other statement now, guys.
This is an article entitled Amber Heard Donates Johnny Depp Divorce Settlement to Charity. Read her statement in full. Is that correct?
That's what the title says, yes.
Directing your attention to the portion on the second page where it says, quote, read the statement below. Is that the statement you released, Ms. Heard?
That is correct.
Your Honor, I move to admit the statement and the article as redacted.
Objection, hearsay.
It's her statement.
This is not her
Yes,
statement.
it is her statement.
She just testified, Your
She
Honor,
said
that it's her
it's her
statement.
May I say the full?
Oh!
Everything else is redacted.
Guys, the judge agree. You hear what the judge said? The judge said, yes, it is her statement. So the judge put it. I'm telling you, this is getting sweeter and sweeter as it goes. Sweeter and sweeter as it goes. I'm telling you, guys. This woman, Amber, she's just, she tried to play people. They say have some people try to play people all the time. Yes, guys, try to play. So there you have it, guys. This is it. This is it, guys. And then tomorrow it continues. So that is my take, guys. Anyhow, it is lovely. Join me again for another video, but please remember to subscribe to my channel, share my video so that I, feel good making these videos and don't waste my time. Yes, guys, we all have to learn, and we have to go through a process of learning, and this is just my learning process. So yeah, here I am, just being me. Yes, guys. Yes, guys. This is getting hot for all of the Johnny Depp fans. I think that he has already won the case. Yes, guys, he won the case. Anyway, see you. Have a good night.